Okay, hey, it's David Baer here. Welcome to DIY Digital. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about a topic that has come to me a lot recently as I'm doing more and more stuff online, as I am, entering into things like Blab, and I'm participating a lot more on other social platforms like Instagram and Twitter, which I had really not been a part of until about the last 3 months. I'm getting lots and lots more traffic and questions about the stuff that I talk about in general, which is building an online income stream, whether it's for an existing business or it's for a brand new business. Let's say, there are obviously lots and lots and lots of people who are for whatever reason, either looking for extra income or looking to transition out of their 9-to-5 job situation and are looking to build something that's an independent income stream. So obviously the internet has become a central focus for solving this problem that a lot of people have, a desire to go into business for themselves. And when I get the question, which is something along the lines of, how do you make money online, right? It's the answer is as universal as how do you make money, period. Do you go to school and become an investment banker? Do you open a bakery? Do you sell hot dogs in the stadium, in the stands? Which, by the way, I've discovered can be incredibly lucrative, but that's for another day. Anyway, the idea of answering this question really is something I've struggled with because, when somebody asks me this question, I start asking them a bunch of questions. The first question I ask is, well, what's your goal? What are you actually trying to accomplish here? Are you just trying to get a little bit of extra money in your pocket? Are you trying to add income streams to your current business? Are you trying to replace your entire salary and then some? What is your goal? Are you trying to put your kids through college? So as I have had these conversations over and over and over again over the last 3 or 4 years now, I have heard myself recommending a few things, and there's been sort of a theme in the things that I've been talking about. And so I wanted to focus a little bit on those areas a little bit tonight. And so the topic is really, how do you bring online income into a business? How do you set up a business online? And it's not as simple as going to a course that teaches you, I don't know, how to sell on Amazon or how to sell on eBay or list building or webinar selling, right? These are only a small aspect of it. And so the challenge that I have, and I make these courses too. I have courses on Facebook marketing, on Facebook advertising, hashtags, and things that are sort of just a little piece of the big puzzle. But what I discover when I start, walking down the path with somebody about how to do this stuff is that really there's a need for understanding the big picture. You need a baseline when you enter into business in general. I mean, most of us have not been trained to run a business. We're experts at, some technical aspect. Maybe, if you are a baker, you're a baker and you want to open a bakery. Well, that's business ownership. And that's a whole other set of skills that you either have to learn or you have to find somebody who has in order to run that business. Well, running an online business is the same exact thing. You really need to understand how online business operates, what all the moving pieces are, what the considerations are in order to take advantage of the opportunities that exist here online. And so when I answer that question, when I lead somebody down a path, once we have sort of talked about what they're trying to accomplish, I basically I bring them in a few different directions, and part of it has to do with their understanding, their tolerance, their needs, their particular situation, but part of it really has to do with the level of complexity, the platforms, the types of things that make the most sense for them and what they're trying to do. And so I end up recommending one of 3 or 4 or 5 different platforms. And today I'm going to actually show you 4 different platforms that I end up recommending over and over and over again to people because I think so highly of them. So the first criteria that I told you is really quite important in terms of where I am directing people, is that it needs to be a baseline. Now, I'm not saying that it needs to be 101 information. It doesn't need to be entry-level information. It should include that, but the resources I'm gonna show you are actually pretty high-level stuff, but they're accessible to somebody who's brand new in this environment. And I'm going to tell you why. And that's the second criteria, or criterium. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's actually the second criterium. Let's see if my grandmother calls me up to tell me that I actually got that right from beyond the grave. Anyway, the point is that the second part of what I think is incredibly important in a program that somebody enters into to understand how to run this business is that there's a community there, that they're not just, and I'm telling you this from personal experience, that they're not just entering into a world online where you're sitting there watching videos and interacting with the stuff, just one person to the screen, right? Because there's a lot more. You have follow-up questions. You want to know more. And so what I have found personally, and what I have discovered because I've been a part of so many communities and continue to be, is that a community is really a way to leverage that education into a whole different playing field, and to be able to take something, absorb something, or not absorb it, right? And go to the community and say, I just watched this, and so I tried this out. Could somebody check out what I did and give me some feedback? Or I just watched this video, I didn't understand it at all. Can somebody please explain this point and this point and this point to me in further detail, because I'm really confused, right? And that is the genius of attaching a community to a learning platform. So I'm going to show you 4 different platforms that, of which I am a member, of which I pay to be a part of these communities. And I also, as an online business person, full disclosure here, am an affiliate for each of these. I recommend these to people. My business model is to help people find solutions to their needs. And so when I'm making a recommendation, I will say, okay, and here is my affiliate link. Go ahead and click on this. And when you sign up, I do get a commission for it. Now, I'm going to include links to every single thing that I'm talking about here in this training today. And you can bet that those are my affiliate links. Affiliate marketing is a really big part of doing business online. And it's not something that you need to hide behind. You need to pretend that you're not earning income from this. It's something that you need to make sure that people understand, right? And so I am very, very transparent about this, and so should you be, as you are entering into the world of more online activity. So let's jump over to, hold on just a second. I'm getting some Facebook messages and I just wanted to, okay, let's get rid of those. So let's jump over to share my screen and we shall see. Okay, so we should be looking at the first of the 4 platforms that I'm going to show you today. And this is something called earn 1K a day. Let me scroll up so you can see the top. Earn 1K a day. And this is a site that was developed by a guy named Dennis Becker. Dennis has been in the online world for I want to say something like 25 years or so. So, when probably not 25 years. I'm thinking back to when really the internet began. And Dennis had a retail shop in New Jersey. I don't remember exactly what it was. I want to say it was like sports memorabilia or comic books or something like that. And he sold stuff out of a retail shop. And then eBay came around, and he decided to start selling on eBay, and found that there was opportunity online that really extended his business beyond the local community he was in. By the way, he ran I can't remember, computer consulting. He was running all around the country and doing all sorts of things before this, and he really just wanted to settle down and open this retail shop. And so when he expanded online, he discovered this world that allowed him to become more profitable online. But it also introduced him to a range of additional possibilities. And what he started doing was he started selling information products. He started selling reports, PDF files that basically answered people's questions, solved people's problems. And I don't know what types of reports he was selling, but he was probably selling reports on how to earn extra income. I mean, that's a pretty logical thing that a lot of people were looking for initially and continue to look for. And so I think actually the very first report, or an early report that he wrote, was something called like Earn $5 a Day. That I think was one of his early reports. And he threw it up online. I don't even know how he promoted it, in forums or in where he promoted these things, but people started paying him for the privilege to download this information. And he discovered an entire world out there that he has built an empire around, and has built a community around. And that's what we're looking at. If you're not familiar with a site like this is what's called a forum. And it's a discussion forum and a place where information is shared. And there is a ton of stuff on this site. This is very old school for the internet. This is very old school, but the stuff that you're going to find here is exceptionally helpful and detailed. Now, you have to understand sort of how to navigate it, how to interact with the people on the platform, how to find the stuff that you're looking for and not get distracted with all the other stuff. But that's one of the reasons why I recommend these sort of one-stop shopping platforms, because then you focus. Then you're not distracted by every new offer that comes into your email inbox saying, learn how to do this, learn how to do that. So the central part of this site is the download area. At least this is my perspective. This is where most people, I think, want to dig in. And what this is, and I'm going to sort of explain this really quickly, but there is a ton of information in here related to all sorts of things having to do with running business online. It could be how to make money on Amazon. It could be how to sell T-shirts. It could be things that you need to do to your website to maximize search engine optimization. It could be how to run a coaching program. So not everything is going to be for you, but that's okay. There is a ton of stuff here to be able to help you and the things that you're looking for. And maybe there's something that you think, well, this isn't really relevant, but I want to read it anyway. I'm curious about it. That you can go in and sort of arbitrage that information in a way that would be useful for your business. So a lot of these are basically reports or training that Dennis has purchased the rights to be able to share on his membership site. And so that's what you're looking at here. I'll just pull up like one example: viral infographic traffic. I think this is actually a video training course. if I remember correctly. And so, yeah, so there's rules about what you can do with it. It says the rights. Yes, you cannot give the product away for free, but you can actually sell this product. So he has sort of extended the rights to sell this training on viral infographic traffic, if that's something that makes sense for your business. But if it doesn't, you can still learn from it, which is what's so cool. Here's another one. This is a guy named Sean Mize, who I think is like one of Dennis's mentors. And this is a training on creating a complete information a product and information system. Like, how do you build an entire business out of information? And Sean Mize is a guy who trains people on how to build a business around coaching online and whatever their expertise might be in. And he has an entire business that he's sort of built his own coaching and training around phone-based coaching. So almost all of his coaching is audio. And he explains some really interesting things on his audio. He's got tons of information as well, but another great trainer. So I love Dennis and his platform because there is such a wealth of information. But this is sort of the interface that you would encounter if you went in here. And like I said, it can be overwhelming. Now, there is a community as well. There's a Facebook group, and you can go over to the Facebook group. There's also a forum. Oh, oops, there we go. There's also a forum here where you can ask people questions about, hey, you know, there's the idea incubator, the general discussion, the business ideas, mindset stuff. We all need that. And then some subsections like social marketing, copywriting, video marketing, outsourcing, those areas. So that is what Earn 1K a day is. A very old school, tons of information, and it's a lot of it is text based. And so if you like reading, there's some really good stuff here. Okay, let's move on to resource number 2. This is NAMS, the Novice to Advanced Marketing System. And this is actually probably, of all of the things here, I was going to say this is the first one that I encountered, but it's actually, I think, the second. NAMS is a community. It started out as a live workshop in Atlanta, Georgia, where the guy who started this, his name's David Perdue, was, I think he owned a web hosting company. I think that's what it was. And he was trying to drum up business, so he ran a live workshop teaching people how to, or businesses, how to do stuff online. And he got a bunch of speakers to come together, and that event proved so popular, everybody said they wanted to do it again. And he realized, wait a second, I have a business here. And so he built the business around training people, because this is an important thing that you need to know. He listened to what the audience wanted, and he gave it to them. All right, so I'm sorry, I just wanted to make a very clear point here, because that's something that we learn in online business. Listen to what the audience is telling you. Listen to what your prospects and your customers are telling you, and give that to them, because that's what they're going to buy. And you can do that so much faster online than you can offline. Okay, so what is the NAMS Insiders Club? This is a 12-month program where each month, and I love this, each month we focus on one single aspect of building an online business. And the idea is that over the course of a year, you will, at the very least, learn how to incorporate or why to incorporate one of these things into your business. And at the very most, you will have incorporated all 12 of these things into your business. So let's go through what these 12 things are. So in January, we talk about Kindle publishing, book publishing, and why that's important even for a local business, why publishing books on Kindle can help your business. Okay, February, we talk about business operations. So let's say you're just getting online, you're doing this to supplement your 9-to-5 job, and you're putting websites up, and you're trying to get traffic to come and click on ads so that you can make money off of the ads, right? But what's that business structure? Do you have a plan for growth? Are you incorporated? Are you an LLC? What is are you getting paid directly into your personal accounts? These are important business operations questions that you need to answer. Right. In March, we talk about social media and how to market through it. In April, we talk about outsourcing and why and how it's important to do this, and how to actually get it done, what types of things you can outsource, what resources you can use to outsource things, and how you can actually be far more productive when outsourcing. In May, we talk about video marketing, YouTube marketing, how to use video effectively, how to drive traffic from video, and that sort of stuff. June is all about affiliate marketing, something I talked to you about earlier, and how to develop partner relationships online so that you can benefit from those relationships in building your audience, getting more traffic, and leveraging those relationships to really broaden your business and your income streams. In July, we talk about list building. That's email list building, and the importance of it, how to do it effectively, and what role it plays in an online business. And in August, we talk about content creation. Content is blogs and articles and videos and images, graphics, all of that sort of stuff that you might have online. Content is very, very important to generating free traffic and to developing authority and developing relationships with your prospects. In September, we talk about product creation, digital products like ebooks, video courses, membership websites, anything basically that you either give away or exchange for money is a product, and how to build them efficiently, how to build things that people want. Remember, I just mentioned that earlier. That's why David built this entire business, was because the people showing up to his workshop told him that's what they wanted, so he gave it to them. All right. In October, we talk about traffic generation. How do you get people from where they are on the web to your website or your web properties, whatever they may be? In November, we talk about passive income. This is actually the concept that brought me to David and to NAMS in the first place, was passive income. How do you do the work once? How do you invest time and energy into something that is going to pay you on an ongoing basis? And there's a lot of great ways to do that, and this is probably one of my favorite modules in the entire NAMS curriculum. In December, we talk about email marketing, and so now that you've developed that list, which we did in July, how do you communicate with them, and what do you do to sell more to them and to help them get the things that they want and need? So that is NAMS. There is also a live event that actually I'm going to be headed out to Atlanta, heading across the country, because this is a community that I want to be spending time with, and so I will be going to NAMS 14 in just a week from tonight. I will be flying out there. Okay, let's head over to number 3 of 4. This is a business called 22 Social. You may actually be familiar with 22 Social. If you know me, if you've encountered any of the stuff that I have produced on Facebook, it likely brought you through a 22 Social app. So what is 22 Social? It is basically building individual pages and individual websites almost inside of Facebook fan pages. Well, this is their high-end training academy that's really reserved for the entrepreneurial group who wants to figure out, well, how do we profit beyond just our business, or how do we profit in depth within our own business using 22 Social? So, obviously this is really more incorporated with a specific technology, but the types of things that we do and learn in this community are really broadly applicable. However, I am a huge fan of 22 Social, of what they teach, of the systems they use, and currently Facebook-centric aspects of their tools. So here is one of their apps. This is the training aspect of what they do. Let me just turn this down so that this doesn't get. But every we have actually several different trainings, and on a regular basis, we discuss different things. This is one of this is their, I guess, their sort of central trainer, a guy named Will Irish, friend of mine, who is, I'm looking for, here we go. So here is the part of the video that I want to show you, which is the, oops, it jumped away from that, the 5 core pillars. Let's see if I can get back to that. There we go. Okay, the 5 core pillars of income that they teach on 22 Social, and how to structure these into a business. So if these things are of interest to you, boy, it just jumped away from that again. Ah, I see. It's the video is still running, which is the problem. Okay, let's pause it. Okay, so here are the 5 pillars that they cover and how to build these into your online business. Again, this is sort of based within 22 Social and how to utilize their platform. But really, as I said, these are applicable to anything. That said, you would be foolish to not take advantage of 22 Social if you participated in this program. So what are those pillars? Number 1, live events, live hangouts. This is what I'm doing right now, a Google Hangout. So it's a live event, and inside the 22 Social apps, that's what these things are called, this is actually a live event. This is a recording of a live event. Here's an archives series of live events. And down below all of this, there is a comment stream where people are participating in the discussion with the presenter. Okay, so that's what's happening above. So that's live events through Google Hangouts. The second thing is affiliate sales. Is this like a motif here? This is a theme in my training, my discussion tonight, is affiliate marketing and the importance of it. And that is one of the areas that these guys cover in great depth as well. Digital products, how to build your own products. You heard that before as well over at NAMS. It is another area that you can become quite profitable with, even if you are an offline business. Let's say, I love giving the example of an accountant. Many accountants who I know do QuickBooks training. They help their clients understand QuickBooks. What if, instead of doing QuickBooks training as a lead magnet by going out and doing a presentation to try to drum up business, you actually sold a course on QuickBooks, and you built it with YouTube videos that you kept private and hid inside of a 22 Social app that people could buy on Facebook. Isn't that cool? Well, that's one example of digital products. I have several digital products which are inside of 22 Social apps, inside of Facebook, that are available for sale. And by the way, people can become affiliates for and promote them on my behalf. Okay, next thing, local business. How to use these for local businesses to drum up business, to expand their email list, to incentivize people to come and patronize their businesses, etc. Now, there's 2 ways that this can be useful. If you are a local business and you're looking to generate more activity and more traffic from Facebook, and look, Facebook is integral to the lives of so many people. That's why I believe that 22 Social is really well positioned to help just about any business. Well, local businesses can do quite well by this. Now, another aspect of understanding local business marketing through 22 Social and inside Facebook is for somebody who wants to build a business out of consulting with local businesses. And that can be an incredibly lucrative business model as well. Finally, the 5th pillar is paid subscriptions. So ongoing income. Remember, we talked about passive income earlier. Ongoing income from a subscription-based business model. So let's think about this. Are you a Netflix member? Are you an Amazon Prime member? Do you subscribe to, I subscribe to the New York Times website so that I have access to all of their content. Those are all examples of paid subscriptions. And there is a lot of potential for building out subscription-based businesses, whether it's a newsletter, whether it's a video training series, or anything else inside of 22 Social Apps, as well as elsewhere. And that is one of the areas of training that they cover in depth. So those are the 5 pillars inside 22 Social. All right, let's jump to the last one that I want to show you, and then we'll come back and wrap things up here. So this is a guy named Chris Record. I've actually never seen Chris without. I think I did see him without a hat once, but he's like always got a hat on, and it's always usually an orange hat. So so Chris, I encountered back in 2012, I think, for the very first time, when he was involved with an internet marketing company. Or excuse me, a network marketing company, and he was doing a bunch of training around how to build blogs and how to profit from them. He had a history of this is sort of back in the early 2000s. A lot of people were building websites and generating income off of the Google ads, the AdWords that were on their sites. Google made some changes. That business model really became far less lucrative, and people who were in that business had to figure out, okay, what's our next step? How are we gonna now make money? And so Chris was one of those early adopters in the blog ad revenue generation world, and he went on to build what is now a multi-7-figure annual business. And that includes this platform that actually he's in. This is something called Smart Member, something that I build, just like I build 22 Social apps for my clients. I also build membership websites using Chris's company, which is called Internet Marketing Bar, his platform for creating membership sites. This is a program he calls the 6-Figure Traffic Academy. It's a subscription-based program where he teaches and his guests teach. He has an entire staff who do this with him. The basics of generating traffic and building a business online. And that's basically 3 different principles that are all incorporated into the stuff they teach. So creating content, creating products, creating something, right? Capturing the lead, getting their attention, and then getting their email address. You can continue to build a relationship with them, and then converting them into customers. And so this is built around the model of a weekly webinar that happens on Mondays. If you're free at that time, you can participate live. If you're not, all of the replays are here. Excuse me. And then there is a Facebook group where there's interaction and discussion and lots of Q&A and strategy and all of that outside of the training. So this started back in October of 2015, and you can see that it really covers a very, very broad range of things. It covers everything from Shopify or Amazon physical product income to how to generate leads off of Facebook, how to get traffic off of YouTube, how to get income from affiliate marketing, how to choose a niche that makes sense for monetizing, and so on and so on. You know, running things off of membership websites, right? So building your own sites just like this, and how to get people to subscribe to them and give them great value in exchange for their money. So that is what this is all about. Now, Chris is a mover and a shaker and a very progressive thinker. And if you sort of juxtapose this platform with what we first looked at back over here, Earn 1K a day, you can see how dramatically different they are and what sort of experience you'll get from one versus the other. But those are the four areas that I really like to recommend to people. Let's get rid of the sharing. We'll stop sharing here, and so I should be back. Yep. Okay. So those are the four platforms that I most often recommend to people. Now, first of all, I have access to all of them. You do not need access to all of them. In fact, you probably don't need access to more than just one of them. And this is probably a lot of information for you. And so here's what I'd like to do. Of course, as I promised, I have links for each of them below this video. And so go please explore them. But I imagine you're going to have questions, and part of the service that I want to provide in guiding you toward them is guiding you toward the right solution. So here's my offer to you. If you would like to explore any of these and get further in depth with one of these platforms, with the training that they offer, with the community that's built around them, but you're really not sure which is most appropriate for you, I'm gonna give you a little bit of my time to help you make that decision properly. So I'll leave a link where you can get in touch with me. Ask me the questions that you need to ask me. Give me your situation, and I will gladly help you understand what would be the best and most effective decision and the right community, the right environment for your needs. So I hope this has been helpful. I know that when I introduce these ideas to somebody who's never sort of seen this world and is seeing it for the first time, this can be awfully overwhelming. But each of these is an exceptionally strong training program, platform, and the communities each have proven to me to be among the best communities to really be a part of in developing business online, whether, as I said, whether it's broadening your current business or starting a brand new business. So I thank you so much for hanging out with me for the time that we spent today together. And please do take me up on my offer. I'm more than happy to help you find the right place for your needs. Again, you know that I benefit from your participation financially, and I hope that we find together the right solution for your needs so that you and your business can grow and grow profitable very, very quickly online. So, hey, thanks so much for hanging out today at DIY Digital. I'm David Baer. You can find me right here at baeronmarketing.com, and I look forward to chatting with you soon about where you're going to end up getting your in-depth online business training. Take care now. Bye-bye.